Right now, I want to show you my preferred method on how to clean an oven fast. This is what I like to do when I'm cleaning an oven for a client. So I've owned a house cleaning business for over 20 years. I've probably cleaned like 100 ovens, and this is what I like to do. So for this, I like to use a product called Easy Off Oven Cleaner. This is the fume-free brand. Now, while it's fume-free, it's not really odor-free, so I always open up some windows, get some good airflow when I'm using this. So as you can see here, I'm just spraying on a healthy layer everywhere that there's kind of grime, grease, any place that I want to clean. Now, while that's soaking, I go ahead and get myself a bucket and some Dawn dish soap, just a couple drops of Dawn dish soap. This is going to help cut the grease when it's time to get to scrubbing. My two favorite tools to use is a Brillo pad and a razor blade, and then some towels. And then, of course, I just have some gloves here to protect my hands. Now, one thing that I did not show you in this video is that I waited an hour, maybe an hour and a half actually, for this Easy Off Oven Cleaner to actually get to work and break down all that stubborn stuck-on grease. So after you've waited, it's time to get to scrubbing and working. So I dip the Brillo pad in the soapy water, get a ton of water on the door here, and then I scrub it down, and then I start to get to work with the razor blade. Now, in my experience, using a lot of water really helps, and I've never scratched, knock on wood, I've never scratched any of the oven, including the glass or inside the oven, because I've been using a lot of water. And then you always want to keep your razor blade flat and never tilt it to the side or use the edge or side of the razor blade. So I kind of just continue this very simple process here. I'm going to scrub it with the Brillo pad. First, I'll dip it in the soapy water, right? Get a bunch of that water and soapy water onto the area that I'm cleaning. Scrub in kind of a circular motion with the Brillo pad, and then follow up with the razor blade to get some of the more stubborn, stuck-on grease spots. Once I finish my first round here, I'm just going to wipe everything down with one of my old towels here. You can see here the door is still a little bit dirty. I'm not really satisfied with that, so I spray a bit more Easy Off Oven Cleaner. I'm going to let that sit while I work on the rest of the oven. Now I'm going to start here on the bottom of the oven. Same process, scrub it in a circular motion with the Brillo pad. Do that a while till I get most of the grease and stuck-on spots up. Then I'm going to follow up with my razor blade and then go back over it with the Brillo pad again. Once I think I've kind of finished up, I'm going to wipe everything down. Now I still see some spots here, so same process. I'm going to spray it down with some Easy Off Oven Cleaner and start working on the sides and the back. Now on the sides here, I really can't do much with the razor blade because of the tracks, so here I'm just going to be using my Brillo pad, scrubbing around. Now on the back here, I really do want to be careful around this fan here. I want to make sure not to get any soapy water and stuff back into that fan and motor. So I'm just using the Brillo pad really gently, wiping it up with a towel, just kind of making sure that I'm getting everything up, but also not using too much water because I don't want a soapy mess back there around the motor. Continuing on the sides here, scrubbing it with the Brillo pad, wiping everything off with one of my old towels, then coming back to the spots that I just sprayed. Now I did not wait any longer on these. I just went right back to it after cleaning the sides and bottom of the oven, and I think it came up much cleaner this time, wiping everything off with the towel there. Now jumping in back to the bottom here, using a lot of water. You can see here I like to use the towels to catch any of that soapy water that's kind of dripping and getting all over the place. I want to make sure that none of this is getting anywhere else, not dripping and falling out of the oven. So I use a lot of towels here to catch any excess water that might be trying to get away. And you can't see it here, but I do have a trash bag and some other towels on the ground here to catch anything that might pour out from under the oven, so I'm making sure that nothing is going to get away from me. Now when I'm all done and I'm satisfied with how clean everything is, I'm going to make sure to wipe down the oven with a soapy wet towel and then follow up and dry. So basically I'm rinsing all of that cleaner out and then drying everything up. And this again is my preferred method on cleaning an oven fast. Now you can really continue this process and get as much of the grease off as you want. I was doing this for a client for a move out clean, so they said, hey, spend about an hour, get it really clean, get it great for the new homeowners, but don't spend all of your time on this because I really could. If you want it to look new, you can spend really as much time here as you want, but there's kind of a cost for value when it comes down to doing this for a client. So I'm really satisfied with how this one came out. If you want to see more videos about house cleaning, carpet cleaning, vacuuming, things like that, feel free to check out some other videos. My name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one.